Hello. Molly, you and your
waiting.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get to you. You and your team closed a total of 57 transactions in 2020 with just a few agents. Now you have a total of 6 agents in production, another 5 training, with a goal of closing 152 units in 2021. What are you and your team doing this year that you didn't do last year that's going to allow you to experience a 300 increase in volume?
We're giving him a lot of Red Bull to get him going. No, I'm kidding. No, just to be fair, last year was really the first year that we've been in production as a team for the entire year. And I spent a lot of the time, I did 80% of the production for the year. And there was, again, a couple other agents. There was a couple that were in and out. And I spent a lot of my time preparing to be launching this year, right? So now we're in production. It's going to be flipped. They're going to do 80% of the production. I'll do the 20 while I'm managing the business and growing. So that's really what we're focusing on, as well as the training. We have mentorship programs that we've launched as well. So some of the senior agents are now mentoring the new ones. So they have 5 people per person that they're all mentoring. So I'm not spending all that time. And so it's starting to function very well. Okay. A lot of systems, a lot of support, and finding talent and recognizing the right talent for the right position too has been really something I wasn't great at in the beginning. Yeah. And now I'm starting to see how important it is. You don't just want to hire any agent because you like them, or they're at your brokerage, or they're cute, or whatever it is.
It doesn't go well.
No. So I really want to be working with people, again, like a lot of you guys, long-term relationships. I want to build a very strong team that we work together, we stay together, and I always want to be growing big enough that they'll never outgrow my organization. So I want to grow with them.
That's fantastic. Now, is that something that's coming down from Ben Kinney, or is that something that you sort of worked internally?
It's Keller Williams. They force you. No, okay. I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. No, it's something that's naturally happened because I've been in real estate for about 10 years now. And over time, you get so busy. I have horses, I have a life, I have things that I love to travel. I want to spend time, and I go, I have all these great things and all this money, but I want to be able to spend time with my family and enjoy these things that I've, accomplished. Like, I want to do that. How can I leverage the business that I have and be sane and help other people get, there's a lot of new agents out there that really do need the help and would be great to take care of my clients. And it happens naturally because you have showing assistants, right? You get busy, you have 10 people want to see a house on a Saturday, and there's one of you. Yeah. So you start sending people out, and you go, wait a second. Or you have open houses. You have 10 open houses, and you go, I just lost 75 clients in the last 2 months because I don't have a team to support it, to track. I'm giving them out to anybody, right? And they're taking your brand down too if they're not taking great care of the people that walk through the door and your name's on the sign. So that's kind of how it started to happen.
That's amazing. Here's a sort of a side question I had to ask you. And I want to ask you personally, but I figured we'd do it on camera. It might be a little fun. Is how did you get into owning horses? I think that's so cool.
Well, I grew up with them. My parents have always had them. My mom actually professionally shoots guns off her horses. So she travels around. It's a sport. Mm-hmm. So they live very close to me. I bought a house very close to them. I'm right by the pipeline. I just have always had horses. And
that's phenomenal.
I don't know. I'm crazy.
That photo that you sent me, I'm like, she's actually looking at horses from your...
Yeah, they're right outside. I'm like, shut up out there. No, I'm kidding. They're great. But it's a commitment, and you have to buy the right property, and you have to build the fences and maintain it, all that stuff. But I love it, and there's a reason why I do it. So
sure. So here's a question on the leadership model. Is that something that you sort of developed? I'm interested in learning how you actually came up with that process of, okay, I want to identify future leaders who could then start leading right now while I'm still leading them.
Fail forward? No. While we're working together, right, we're all cultural fit over time, especially when we start to work together longer term. And I recognize the strengths in certain people, and I also evaluate their goals based on our conversations. I know what they want to do. Yeah. There's a few agents that have been, they're busting their butts, and they're like, hey, how do I do this? How do I get bigger? And, in their mind, especially if you're in a Keller Williams world, they think they need to start a team. I go, wait a second. Yeah. I'd like to make you as much money as you can imagine. Let me show you how you can do it together.
Interesting. I love that. And that actually brings up a whole nother series of questions, but how do you handle the ego? Because within KW especially, it's out
Their
there.
ego?
Yeah, their
oh, I'm the
ego.
coolest, so it doesn't matter. Just kidding.
No, I mean in terms
I
of
just
okay.
put my name on all their stuff, and they don't,
So here you are. You're an agent. You're struggling. You're very, very happy to be a part of a team. Your team, very successful. And then they have a few deals under their belt. They make 60 grand in a month or two. And so how do you still keep their ego or keep the interest of it's better for me to be a part of a team versus go start my own thing?
I have, we've developed it over time, and I've actually had agents do exactly that. They'll come onto the team, they'll close a couple deals, and they go, well, it's too expensive. And I go, you'll be back, watch. Because it's hard to do it on your own as a new agent right now. It's extremely tough. We give them the tools, the training. We also give them leads. We help them close the leads that they bring in as well, because they're not going to get a listing as a brand new agent from, Medina or Bellevue or whatnot. They're going to be competing just like all of us are. And so we're helping them close everything.
Excellent.
They won't be able to do it without us.
So are you done growing, or are you currently looking?
No,
for
we're
additional-
always growing.
Always growing. Okay.
We are going to be expanding outside of our market center fairly
Okay.
soon, and probably outside of the state.
Oh.
We're always going to continue to grow. That's the model that we're on right now. So
Interesting.
send them my way.
Well, since we're here, who are you looking for? Is there a certain
People
background,
that like to
pedigree?
work really hard.
Okay.
It's not easy. We want people that are going to show up every day to work. They're going to, it's really, we have standards that we have set. We go, here they are. We're very, very clear on what it is. Here's where you need to show up. Here's how you need to be to become this person. It's not rocket science. Real estate is the same thing. It's changed slightly with some, technology, but it's very repetitive. Do these things, you'll be a success. If you don't do these things, you might not. You might have a few deals that come and fall into your lap, and that's awesome. But over time, to be a successful real estate agent in this market, especially as a new agent, you have to work hard. So we want people that are going to do it.
Yeah, I always just say, if you care about people and you do the right thing, the money comes. For me, it's seriously not about the money. It's about helping people and then the luxury of getting paid. And it is hard to get agents, and it is hard to keep them, but you open up the roof and you just keep going. And we all would love new agents, myself included, but you know what a good fit is, and then you have to be a good fit for them as well.
Right. I actually tend to find a lot of new agents that are not in real estate yet. At the gym, my neighbors, like I have one of my neighbors just started joining my team last week.
That's cool.
So you find people anywhere, right?
Yeah.
And just being open in conversation and figuring out who they are. And you start to, when you're talking to somebody and they have that magnetic personality, you go, wait a second. Do you want to come meet me at my office sometime and talk about real estate?
Right.
Everybody wants to.
Sure.
They love it.
Sure.
Why not?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay. Excellent. Do you guys have any other questions for her?
How are you doing? Same thing for Margot. How are you guys going out and getting your business and training those people underneath you, giving them leads? Are you doing Zillow? Are you?
Yeah, we do a little bit. We do a little bit of everything. So we're training them to bring in business on their own. So they have to prospect, door knock, phone calls, open houses.
That's
We're teaching them how and when to speak to their sphere. They have to have
That's
all their
super
contacts.
important.
And what to say.
Yeah.
And to market correctly to make themselves, look great online and how we do it. So they're bringing it in. We're giving them some. It's kind of a 50-50. You bring a lead, we give you a lead, show you how to close both of them. So that's mostly how we do it. Yeah.
And how do you prevent overlapping territories? Do they have a specific market that they're?
For the agents?
Yeah.
We do most of it. If we're giving them leads, it's on a round robin. And then other than that, if it's their own lead, then yeah, it's pretty easy.
I think door knocking's incredible, and it's something that kind of went away.
It's back. We're doing it too. It's just, you have to teach people to fish. You can't just hand them the fish. I used to give leads. I used to spend a lot of money on certain things, and people don't appreciate it. They don't mean to not appreciate it, but they don't. And so they need to know that this is a great career. It's very fulfilling. It opens up a lot of doors, and you can have free time. But it's not easy. It just doesn't, you don't just come in and you close 10 deals. You have to work for it.
Yeah.
Right. It's not just walk in, get your real estate license, and here you go. Open the door and you're good. We really want to focus on elevating the real estate process and being a great agent. Dress a certain way, talk a certain way, make sure your car looks great. It's not just show up and wear your sweatpants or whatever you got going on, but
Sure.
we want to make sure they're doing a very, very good job because we have a specific brand that we want to portray, and as well as we're going to do work for anybody else at our office and represent anybody else, we want to do a great job for them too and our clients.
Makes sense. I love it. Well, that's amazing. Great job.
So, quick question for you. So, if you were to go back to yourself 5 years ago, would you tell yourself, "Hey, let's start the team now," or do you think that was important to have, your own stuff for a while?
I wish I did it sooner.
Yeah.
I wish I did because I had so much business at that time. I was just overflowing with business, and I could have done it, but I was scared.
Sure.
Making an action like that requires a certain amount of commitment, and for me to do something, I want to do it. I want to do it all the way, and I was just, oh my gosh, how do I do this? I'm so busy. How can I do? I want to do it right too, right? Everybody wants to do something right the first time, but you never do. So yeah, I do wish I would have started sooner.
Yeah, I know my coach's other line. I love them. He says, "A good plan today is better than a great plan tomorrow."
Yep.
In the sense of sometimes you just got to implement,
Action.
and it's hard, but
love the action.
just take it out.
Yep, that's my line. I'm an action person. I'd rather make some sort of an action, even if it's the wrong thing. You are that much closer to finding the right thing because you already did it wrong.
Yep.
There you go. Might as well. What's going to happen?
Excellent. Right on.